There are two parties in an auditing process. One would be the auditor, other is the organization. Being an auditor, he knows what is the date of commencement of audit, what is the duration of the audit. So on the basis of that, he has to divide the work. So whether the organization is following the accounting procedure as per law or not. So if not, what the mistakes they have made, where each and every type is totally different. So depending upon the nature, audit program has to be drafted. Hello everyone, I am Harshita, lecturer, Department of Commerce, Vidyashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence, Mysore. Today we are in the third session of Unit 2, that is Audit Planning and Control. So my dear students, I have already discussed about audit planning. So what do I mean by planning? So planning is important in each and every aspect of the organization. So in order to conduct any of the activities in an organization, planning is very important. In the sense, deciding in advance. In the same way, during this audit process, planning is very important. So being an auditor, so before the commencement of auditing process, so he has to know what work he has to do in the client's organization. In the sense, he has to decide in advance what are the process he has to conduct in this auditing. So that is all about audit planning. Next, we learned about audit program. So what is this audit program? So it is the principles and procedures to be followed during this audit process is known as audit program. So in a previous session, we have discussed all this topic. Let us see what the topics we have covered. That is introduction to audit program. So I have told you audit program is nothing but the principles and procedures to be followed in an organization before the commencement of an audit. So it contains a number of plans. In the sense, being an auditor, he decides what he has to do. In the sense, what are the procedures to be followed during this audit process. So it's all about audit program. Next, we have learned about meaning of audit program, definition of audit program. Next, essentials of an audit program. Why this audit program is very important. So why it is very important? In order to undertake the audit process very easily. In the sense, before this commencement of an auditing, already they have mentioned out what are the procedures to be followed during this audit process. So it will be easy for an auditor as well as the staff who is working with an auditor, because they will come to know what type of work they have to do and who has to do it, because it is already pre-planned. So in audit program, it contains number of procedures to be followed by an auditor. So that is essentials of an audit program. Next, objectives of audit program. So what is the main objective of audit program? So in today's session, we shall continue with this audit program only with a new topic. That is, today we shall discuss about contents of an audit program. You know what is the meaning of audit program? It contains the number of procedures to be followed in this audit process. And each audit program is totally different from that of another audit program, because being an auditor, he is not following only one type of audit. So there are number of types of audit, and the client's organization will be different from one organization to another. So here, during each situation, so when an auditor goes for an audit process, so he has to prepare an audit program. In the sense, the audit program will be different from one organization to another organization. So old audit program cannot be copied as such. So it has to be changed as well as it has to be modified depending upon the nature of business organization where an auditor is going for audit process. Now let us see what are the contents, what are the main contents to be included in an audit program. So an audit program usually contains the following items. Let us see what are those items. Name of client's undertaking. So here there are two parties in an auditing process. One would be the auditor, other is the organization where an auditor goes for auditing. So that organization is known as client. So here there is a relationship between the auditor as well as the client, who is called as an organization. So being an auditor, so when he is going to draft an audit program, so he has to mention the name of client's undertaking. So it may be a organization. So he has to mention the name of that undertaking. Next, objectives of the audit. So what is the main objectives of audit? So there are various types of audit like cost audit, managerial audit, technical audit. So there are number of audit like balance sheet audit. So what is the main objective? So here the objective of each and every audit will be totally different. So being an auditor, so he has to mention what is the objective of the audit, what is going to undertake. Next, date of commencement of audit. So what is the date of commencement? So when is going to start the auditing process and what is the duration of that audit process? So that is date of commencement of an audit. Next, duration of audit. So this I have already told you. So along with the date, he has to mention the duration. So what is the duration of audit? In the sense, what is the time taken for the audit process? So whether it will be 1 week or 1 day. So normally it cannot be done in 1 day, because if the number of audit staff is more, then they can conduct this audit process. So it may be 1 week or 1 month. So what is the duration of that audit process? That is duration of audit, that is the time within which the audit work has to be completed. So he has to mention properly what is the time duration of the audit so that he can clearly plan for this audit process. So depending upon the time duration, he can plan the audit. Next, system of internal check in operation in the client's business. So how the organization or the client is maintaining their audit process. So I have told you, so they can check their books of account internally, in the sense inside the organization, before appointing an external auditor. So here, what do you mean by internal audit? The audit which is conducted inside the organization. Here, the management itself appoint an employee in order to check the books of account. Or the employees of the organization can interchange their books of account and they can check by themselves. So being an auditor, that is an external auditor. So here we are speaking about external auditor who goes for an organization, has to know how the internal check has been made in the organization during this audit process. So whether the organization is doing internal check or not, whether they are following internal auditing or not, it's nothing but whether the organization have appointed an employee in order to check the books of accounts. So being an auditor, he has to know what are the internal check which is being conducted relating to books of accounts. Next, system of accounting employed in the client's business. Now, what is this system of accounting employed? In the sense, how the organization is maintaining their books of account and what type of accounting systems they are going to maintain. So, how the books of account has been maintained and what are the systems they have adopted in maintaining the books of account. So that this will help the auditor in order to prepare himself for that particular system. So auditor should know what type of system the organization is being followed so that he can prepare himself and he can go for auditing process. And the next one is date-wise examination. So here I have told you audit program is nothing but the procedures to be followed in the audit process. So here, being an auditor, he knows what is the date of commencement of audit, what is the duration of the audit. So on the basis of that, he has to divide the work. So date-wise, he has to divide the work. So that by referring this audit program, so it helps the auditor to conduct the work very easily. In the sense, date-wise, distribution of the work has to be done by an auditor so that when they go on auditing or when they go for auditing process, so they can refer this audit program and they can verify the books of account as per the date what they have distributed. So date-wise examination of the books of accounts such as cash book, petty cash book, purchases book, purchase returns book, sales returns book, bills receivable book, bills payable book, journal proper and various ledger and the different statutory books and the registers required to be maintained as per law. And this audit process has to be conducted according to law. So here what you have to remember, so this audit program is conducted before the commencement of this auditing process. So audit program is conducted before the commencement of audit process, where it contains a number of procedures to be followed during this process of auditing. So here all the works will be distributed, and even along with the date of distribution of work, even the distribution of work among the staff also to be mentioned in the audit program. Now let us see what is the preparation, how we are going to prepare our audit program. Now you know what are the contents of an audit program. So what was the content of an audit program? It should contain the name of the firm, in the sense name of client's organization, date of commencement of audit process, duration of the audit process, and the systems what the organization are going to follow, so that it will help the auditor to follow that particular system. So there are many contents to be included in the audit program. In the same way, the distribution of work, date-wise distribution of work, in the sense for the first day they are going to check the cash book, next day they might check the purchase book, next day they might check the purchase return book. In the same way, date-wise distribution of work, that is audit work, as well as distribution of work among the staff also. So they can, in the audit program, they can mention the work which is conducted by each individual staff, so that it will be easy for the staff to conduct the audit process. Now let us see what is the preparation of audit program, how the audit program has to be prepared. So in drawing up the audit program for the concern, an auditor should give attention to the following factors. Let us see what are the factors here an auditor has to give attention. And my dear students, this audit program is not prepared by somebody else. It has to be prepared by the auditor itself, or he can use the staff while preparing this audit program, but it has to be prepared by himself. So it is not that it is prepared by somebody and it is followed by an auditor, because depending upon the skill as well as ability of an auditor, he prepares the audit program, because he is the one who is going to verify the books of account of the client. Now let us see what are the following matters that has to be followed in the preparation of audit program. So under that, the first one, he should ascertain the nature and the type of business. So I have already told you there are various types of organization depending upon their nature and type. So here an auditor has to prepare the audit program, because all type of audit program is not applicable for all type of organization, because each and every organization is totally different. So their objectives might be different, their nature might be different, their type of organization might be different. For example, if you take a auditing of a sole trading concern. So here the auditing of a sole trading concern is totally different from auditing of a partnership firm. So here, depending upon the type of organization, audit program has to be prepared, because this auditing of partnership firm, the audit program of partnership firm cannot be applied for audit of joint stock company. So here there are various forms of organization as well as type of organization where their nature is different, their objective is different. So depending upon that, an auditor, while preparing an audit program, he has to know what is the nature and type of client's business. So you should ascertain the nature and type of business carried on by the client. Client is nothing but the organization where an auditor is going to verify the books of accounts. So they are known as what? Client. Next, he should study the different aspects of client business. So being an auditor, it's not that he can just move on to the organization and verify the books of account. Before that, he has to collect certain information about the organization also. For that, he can personally visit the organization and collect the information before the commencement of this audit process. So here, he should study the different aspects. So whatever the information which is required for the audit process, so it has to be studied before the commencement of an auditing. So it will be easy for an auditor to verify the books of accounts. So he should make himself fairly familiar with the basic nature. So I have already told you here, being an auditor, he should know the nature of the business, what the organization or the client is undertaking of the client business in case the business of the client is technical nature. So, for example, if the business or if the client business is technical in nature, he should fully acquainted himself with the technical nature of the business. In the sense, I have told you there are various types of auditing like cost auditing, management auditing, balance sheet audit. So, there are various types of audit. So, depending upon the nature of the work, an audit program has to be set up. So, if you see this example, if the organization is of technical nature, so being an auditor, he should have technical knowledge, then only he can audit the client's business. So, he should be well acquainted with the technical aspects of the business. Next is, he should ascertain the exact nature and scope of his duties, especially where they are not defined by the statute. So, I have told you this audit process has to be taken as per law. And in the same way, the books of account will be maintained by the client organization will be as per law only. For example, I have told you, so if a partnership firm is going to undertake their business activities, so they have to follow accounting procedures of Partnership Act. In the same way, joint stock company, so they have to follow the law of Companies Act. So according to that, they have to prepare their books of account. In the same way, in auditing also, so audit of different organization has to be done as per law. So here, he should ascertain the exact nature and scope of his duties. So he should know what is the nature and scope of his duties. It's nothing but he should know what is the nature and scope of his auditing process, especially where they are not defined by any statute. For example, for any type of organization, there is no particular law. In such case, being an auditor, he should know or he should fairly audit the books of accounts of an organization. Next, he should get detailed instruction from the client regarding the audit work. So here, I have told you, so in order to make the auditing process successful, there should be a good relation between the auditor as well as his client. Because whenever audit has any clarification or if he needs any information, so he has to contact his client only. Because the client is the one who is there in the organization. So being an auditor, he has to approach his client for the information. So he should get detailed instructions. It's not that an auditor should not hesitate in order to ask information from the client. So if he get proper information from the client, then only he can prepare a correct audit report. So he should get a detailed instruction, in the sense information from the client regarding the audit work. So I have told you, in order to conduct the audit work, there are certain information as well as the requirement of the client also. So it has to be obtained from the client so that there should be a good communication between the auditor as well as the client. Next, he should settle with the client the terms on which the audit work should be completed. So he should mention the terms. So terms is nothing but terms and conditions has to be mentioned by an auditor in completion of the audit work of his client. Next, he should examine thoroughly the system of internal check in operation in the client's business. So you have to examine thoroughly not only books of account but how the internal check are being made. So what is the report of internal checks? So whether the organization have internally checked the books of accounts of the organization and what is the result of that internal check. Now, an auditor will come to an organization in order to verify the books of account. So he has to take the report of internal check also. In the sense, the auditing which is conducted inside the organization, and he has to compare that report of internal check with that of external auditor's report. So whether it is matching, so where the mistakes have happened. So he should examine thoroughly. He should go through each and every aspect of internal check also before the commencement of a audit program. That is, he should examine thoroughly the system of internal check in operation in the client's business. Next, he should examine carefully the system of accounting employed. So what are the accounting procedures that are being followed in the client's business, that is client's business, and make a special note on the deficiency if any in the system. So you should go through internal check, that is what are the internal auditing which is conducted by the organization. So he should go thoroughly, in the sense internal report. At the same time, he has to see through that whether the organization is following correct accounting procedures as well as policies. So whether the organization is following the accounting procedures as per law or not. So if any deficiency, so if the transaction is out of law, or if the transaction is prepared by not following the law of a particular type of organization, so he has to mention that deficiency. So whether the organization is following the accounting procedure as per law or not. So if not, what the mistakes they have made, where the mistakes they have made, so it has to be examined by an auditor. Next, he should obtain a list of all books in use in the client's business together with the name of the person who are in charge of them. So here I have told you, auditing means verification of books of accounts. So there will be number of person who would be maintaining books of accounts in an organization. So in such case, in order to verify those books of account, being an auditor, he has to obtain all the books of account from all the staffs, and he has to ask if there is any clarification. He has to ask doubt with that respective client. So there are a number of persons who would be maintaining books of account in the organization. So being an auditor, so he has to take all that books of accounts in order to verify. So, and also he has a right to consult that particular person who is in charge of that particular book. So there will be number of books which is maintained by the organization by different persons. So each person's book has to be obtained in order to verify. At the same time, if any clarification or if the auditor has any doubt, then he can directly contact that particular person who have maintained the books of account. Next, he should obtain a list of all the financial and statistical records and legal documents. It's not only verifying the books of account, along with that, he has to see through that all the financial as well as statistical documents which is maintained in the organization, as well as at the same time he has to verify the legal documents also. So it's not that only he is going through financial statements, along with that statistical records and legal documents has to be verified by an auditor. Next, he should draw the audit program according to the work involved. So as I told, there are a number of types of audit, so where each and every type is totally different. So depending upon the nature, audit program has to be drafted. Next, while drafting the audit program, unnecessary procedures for checking should be avoided. So even though if the auditor knows that the financial statement is correct, that a part of financial statement is correct, then unnecessary checking has to be avoided. So it leads to avoiding of time also. So unnecessary procedure for checking should be avoided. The audit program should be made elastic. So what do you mean by elastic? So it can also be called as flexible. So flexible means what? So it should be changed according to the situations also. So here an audit program has to be drafted in such a way that, so it should not be rigid. In the sense, it should not be so rigid, so it can be flexible. So it should be flexible. It can be changed depending upon the situations. So it should be flexible in nature or elastic in nature. The audit program should be revised from time to time in the light of the experience gained. So I have told you a particular audit program. So if an auditor prepares an audit program, it's not that it is applicable to all type of organization. So depending upon the experience of an auditor, after conducting this audit process, so he'll come to know what is the drawback of a audit program. So what the mistakes he has made in the audit program. So in such situations, he has to make that changes and revise the audit program depending upon the nature and type of the organization. So in my next session, I'm going to discuss few more topics, that is advantages of audit program and disadvantages of audit program. Now you have completely know what is audit program, what are its objectives, what are the nature of audit program, what are the contents to be included in the audit program, then how we are going to prepare audit program. In the sense, what are the points to be remembered while preparing an audit program. Next we shall see what are the advantages as well as disadvantages of audit program. So my dear students, hope you have understood the session. See you all in my next session. Till then, take care. Thank you.